Military service provides a rigid, interlocked structure. When you separate, that entire framework releases, leaving you to manage the components of your life as they drift apart. Within 24 hours, your housing, your career trajectory, and your professional identity are stripped away simultaneously. You are then met with an overwhelming flood of options. Thousands of federal programs, private consultants, and local nonprofits all competing for your attention. Applying the wrong type of resource to your specific phase of transition creates a massive drain on your time and capital. A successful civilian rebuild depends on your ability to correctly diagnose your specific, immediate roadblock, rather than hunting for a one-size-fits-all program. The veteran support landscape is actually divided into 3 distinct pillars. Each one addresses a different layer of your life. Pillar 1 consists of government safety nets.
This is your foundation for survival logistics, primarily managed by the VA. Pillar 2 is private strategic consulting, which focuses on accelerating your career translation and optimizing your financial status. Pillar 3 covers nonprofit and emotional mentorship, focusing on internal stability and relationship rebuilding. Integration of these pillars is the eventual goal. No single organization possesses the capability to solve every challenge in the civilian transition. Because these pillars have almost no functional overlap, you have to be honest about which specific circle you need to occupy right now. We can use a decision tree to audit your status, identifying the most urgent roadblock. The first path is fundamental survival, for those facing homelessness or lacking baseline medical care. For this crisis, you must deploy to VA and HUD-VASH. Accessing these tools requires navigating complex federal forms and tolerating a slow bureaucracy. The primary input required from you is patience. In exchange for that time, you gain access to comprehensive safety nets like housing choice vouchers and base disability compensation. This path is strictly logistical. It is designed to keep a roof over your head, but it provides no personalized career coaching. When your immediate physical safety or income is threatened, survival is the priority. You trade speed for guaranteed access. The second path is systems and career optimization. This is for the veteran who is already housed and stable, but whose progress has stalled. This applies if you want to maximize a VA disability rating or translate military leadership into a high-paying corporate role. This path requires an upfront financial investment and your active commitment to executing a specific, data-driven strategy. Private consultants like Helmets to Boots are the tools built for this specific phase. By teaching veterans the specific regulations and verbiage required to navigate claims and workforce readiness, these consultants help their clients secure higher financial returns and faster corporate placement than they could on their own. The risk here is financial. If you pay for the consulting but fail to do the independent work, you've simply wasted your capital. Private strategy buys you agility and optimization, but it requires you to apply executive-level accountability to your own transition. The final branch is behavioral and emotional integration. This path is for the veteran who has housing and a job, but whose internal life is fracturing. This target scenario involves battling anger, relationship failures, and the profound loss of military identity or unresolved trauma. Organizations like Negative to Positive Inc. and coaches like Dr. Posey provide the tools for this internal rebuild. Success here requires emotional vulnerability and the willingness to confront childhood or military realities rather than relying on raw discipline. Committing fully to this process often results in foundational emotional stability, saved marriages, and a clearer civilian identity. These results are entirely subjective and provide no direct financial reward. The work is slow and often painful. Logistical success means very little if your internal foundation is failing. Rebuilding who you are requires vulnerability, not a better resume. We can plot these options on a comparative grid based on their financial cost and the type of outcome they deliver. Baseline survival tools like the VA and HUD-VASH sit in the bottom left. They are free but focus strictly on external logistics. Private consulting like Helmets to Boots occupies the bottom right, requiring payment for high-level financial and logistical results. Mentorship and life coaching programs sit in the top half, focusing on your internal emotional state. Most veterans will move through multiple quadrants over the course of several years as their priorities change. You must never expect a resource to deliver an outcome outside its designated quadrant. The VA cannot be your life coach, and a career consultant cannot provide emergency housing.
Matching your specific crisis to the correct quadrant is the only way to avoid transition fatigue and generate a real return on your effort. The military manages your life for you. The civilian landscape is different. It demands aggressive self-advocacy and constant navigation. You will have to decide between the broad, slow access of government systems and the agile, targeted results of private strategy. Conduct a ruthless audit of your status right now. Name your primary roadblock without ego. Align your available resources, whether that is your time, your money, or your vulnerability, with the organization built to solve that exact problem. The post-military transition is an evolving campaign. Success comes from deploying the right tool at the exact right time.